Let's play. Whoa! Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You all may call me Pharaoh, and I am joined with...
Skinny Minnie.
And welcome back to Let's Play the Great Ace Attorney Adventures.
Woo!
Somebody's very excited. That's good. That's good. That's good.
I am.
All right. Last time we left off, I believe we were introduced to a fifth person that was on the omnibus, this being the street urchin slash pickpocketer Gina Lestrade. And she's kind of explaining what the hell she was doing during it all, and we'll listen to her testimony, but something just doesn't sound right. Because right before we ended the episode last time, she's saying like she really was paying attention to everything that was going on. She really stuck her ear out there. Well, if that's the case, she should have heard stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have an option here. Do we forget about it? Do we show a piece of evidence? Do we show a person? It's not so much what she should have heard, but who she should have heard. So let's go ahead and show a person. Very well, my lord. Allow me to elaborate. On a particular sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to hear on the night in question. The sound very clearly explained by the presence of the following person. So, if she was in that, cabin, and she was listening to everything, supposedly listening to everything happening, she should have heard not only, MacGuffin, or what did that, oh my god, I said MacGuffin, McGilded. Excuse me. I wonder how MacGuffin came from. But she should have not only heard McGilded apparently snoring, but the other passenger, that being thrice-fired Mason.
Take that!
Sorry.
What?
I was pressing A and I was like, why isn't it presenting? I'm like, oh, I have to press X.
I'm not gonna lie, as long as I've had a Nintendo all my life, I still get mixed up with all the controls, thanks to Sony and Xbox. It's like,
yep.
I was like, why you gotta switch up the X and the Y and the A, and sometimes the, I don't know, I'm just weird.
Thrice fired Mason.
Yes, my lord. The sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to hear is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus.
Order, order! Explain your reasoning, counsel.
Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something with you. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus. Is that correct?
Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I?
And the next person to board the omnibus is Mr. McGilded? Yeah, that was. Not the soul was in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least, not in plain sight. So, you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus all at that time? Did I not just say as much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Through the crack under me seat cushion. He was on his own for sure.
And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its onward journey. During which time, did you not hear the door opening or closing at all?
Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, wasn't it? Waiting for the swell to leave.
In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage?
Ah!
We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Miss Lestrade's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts.
Ah!
Miss, This petty thief's statement was clearly flawed.
Lord Van Zeeks.
Yes. He knew. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrade's statement. Oh, it would seem words of thanks are in order for my learned friend. What are you talking about? You have demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more. Oh, he's dead, right? Who the hell's talking now?
The victim possibly reported the meeting.
It makes no sense.
This girl's big bucket. Don't forget that. Oh. Oh, dang, she didn't even say any words.
Damn it, Granny.
Damn it, Granny.
Ugh, she didn't even say anything.
I didn't want to judge the dear little mite just because she has some rather naughty ways. But I must say, I can't abide liars.
Neither can I. Mr. Foreman. I didn't want to judge the girl just because she has some less than salubrious ways. But I must say, I cannot abide liars. You literally just said what she said in a more difficult manner.
Ugh.
Do we have anyone on her side? Ugh.
Narahoda-san, that's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty.
How many damn glasses of wine do you go through, buddy?
Apparently a lot.
Well, the consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. That's some good shit right there. Yes, very refreshing. Ugh!
We all know that's grape juice.
Right? Oh, what are you playing at? Hey, you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern Amadan. What the hell did you just call me?
The hell? Okay.
Could you stop with the succulent looking?
This is so disgusting.
This is cottage. I'm sorry, what was that?
Just nothing, never mind.
It's bad, isn't it? It's very bad.
Yes.
I'm making it worse by just keeping it on here. Oh, this is cottage. It's perfect.
Oh, okay. Ugh.
It's worse when you just see it on the peripheral vision on the side.
Yes, because I'm like, what the hell is he doing? It's just...
Fill in the blanks, ladies and gentlemen. Juror number 2 is the only one left.
Narahoda-san, the way this is going...
I know. If we can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. McGilda's innocence, the judge will rule and we'll have lost.
I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen. But those of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Hold it!
Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on the whole case. What are you saying? Counsel?
I'm sorry, sir. Whatever do you mean? Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my adjudication.
I'm sorry. You know what word came to my head.
Oh my god.
It's like, Judge, no, not here.
Please. Explain yourself at once.
When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand.
And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage.
If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage. And, well, we have three choices here. It was either he was in there already, which doesn't seem likely. He was put there after he died, which is like, once again, doesn't seem likely, but could there have been another entrance?
Possibly.
Let's go with that. If the door wasn't open even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered an enclosed cabin some other way. Objection! I've wondered what new fantasy you will come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The other has only windows. Fixed windows which cannot possibly open. In short, there is no other entrance to the cabin other than the door. Objection. But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't even considered. Oh, really? Yes! One other way inside that isn't the door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin.
All right, counsel. The defense will identify the location for the court. Here is the omnibus in which the incident occurred. Where on earth is this entrance by which you propose the victim entered the cabin?
Right here.
I can't see what you're doing.
I'm pointing at the screen. Can't you see it, Mina? Right there.
No, I'm blind. But, I mean, this shouldn't be too difficult because it's like, look at the diagram. If the windows are fixed, what other entrance is there? Well, boop.
The skylight.
I mean, you might be wondering, why does that work? Well, right now we're trying to figure out what other entrance is there. And right now, that is an entrance. Take that! The answer is obvious. It can only have been the skylight.
I say, the skylight?
Objection! Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words. However... Objection.
Oh.
I didn't even let that... Man, I was like,
you
no.
Finish talking.
I'm gonna keep talking. The skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through. Objection! So you claim. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory? Both Mr. McGilden and Miss Lestrade said the same in their testimonies. They each claim to have heard a loud thud, such as a noise made by someone falling to the floor.
Yes, which has already been explained, as the sound of the victim falling from his seat having been assaulted with a dagger.
Yes, it has. Would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses describe? A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact?
Good gracious!
Now, perhaps... I'm sorry, what was that?
I was like, you have a point!
Oh. Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment that the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it. Objection! You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin. That's simply impossible. Well, how can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight, as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. And yet, not one person made a mention of such events in their testimony. Well, yes, that's true, but... Might a humble fella make a wee comment here? Mr. McGilded? To be sure now, the two fellas who would have sat on the roof that testified afore said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not so much a case of them not saying, but... 'tis a case of them being unable to say. What? I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would you not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Oh my goodness, surely not.
Those two chaps on the roof. Hey, you mean the ones who stuck that knife in a man were...
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you blitherer?
You rotter, you... I can't take you seriously, sir. You're trying to back your thing up, it's just not working. You rotter, you said! You rotter! What are you insinuating?
This is flaming outrage! I have a good mind to give you a blinker in a minute.
Oh, he'll give you a shine on a minute, he said, and so will I. Mr. Fairplay.
You're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and well-respected banker.
And me, a very angry hatter.
Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts, it's a disgrace, it's scandalous, it's... I protest in the strongest possible terms.
That's right, I protest too, about you, you rotten scoundrel.
Sasato's like, oh my god. Order! This is not the time, witnesses. I will not permit this wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the anteroom at once. But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous.
It's very hurtful, you know. My lord, if I may comment.
Go ahead, Lord Van Zeeks.
It was the defense that incited this outburst of the witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof. Accuse? I never intended to. It seems, young Nibbanese, that your command of the English tongue is wanting. You proposed to this court that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have what now? You have intimated their criminal guilt. In our British courts of law, that is what is termed a baseless accusation. I know I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. What are we wasting time for? Can we get to testify? Huh? Well, I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on the fellow. We have to see this matter through now, one way or another.
If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it all at once. Testify!
Testify!
It was actually voiced.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Like, it was like faint. Was it? You can actually hear people saying testify.
Oh.
What's happening, Mr. Naruhodo?
The spectators in a public gallery they're in a complete frenzy.
Mr. Fairplay and Mr. Hurst. My lord. You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony in reference to the indictment brought by the defense. Yes, my lord.
I didn't come here for this. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. Keeping pushing forward. Well, excuse me. All right. Let's see what they have to say about refuting the accusation.
We were the only two people on that roof deck, dead or alive, I can swear to that.
If anything had happened when we were sitting, don't you think one of the others of us would have noticed?
In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man.
The Skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't have possibly opened it.
If you're so sure the victim fell through the Skylight, where's your proof? I must say that on listening to this testimony, it is somewhat hard to imagine how either witnesses could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith. That's right, you see?
We're innocent, I tell you.
Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you were in collusion with one another.
What? Oh, that's me. Sorry.
You're good. Man, that didn't sound right. Excuse me. According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings. Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich.
That's the truth.
Something doesn't feel right here. The trial's going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy?
Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please.
Oh, yes, my lord. All right. So there's a few statements here I want to learn more about, but I want to focus on a third statement really quick.
Yes.
Well, Fair Play mentioned, because he said that, they don't know anything about the guy. We had no reason to kill him whatsoever. Let's delve into that a little bit. So, you had never met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before?
Oh, Loom, no! Not once, never!
He'd never met the man before, he said. Never! And you, Mr. First, had no prior dealings with the victim either? That's right, sir. Hatters don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir.
No, I imagine not. Oh, dang it, I keep forgetting this is me. You see, how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us have the remotest connection to the gentlemen who are inside the cabin.
Hello, but
Sir?
Apparently Mr. McGilded has something to say about that. Let's pursue.
Excuse me.
Mr. McGilded? Yes, counsel. What can I be doing for you for? Did the witness's last statement give you pause for thought somehow? Not the remotest connection. Is that right now? I wonder. How?
What are you insinuating now?
Oh, Mr. Fairplay, it has been too long, so it has.
Eh?
Yarp. I gotta watch that movie again. Oh.
Do it.
What was that?
I said, do it.
No. If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date?
I beg your pardon?
You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir.
At an unconscionable rate of interest, you tricked me. It's extortion.
Well now, is that a touch of begrudgingly, is it? The sort of begrudgingly that might motivate a fella to pass his crimes off on another.
Arr!
And young Mr. First. Me, sir? What do you want with me, sir? You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That there top hat sliding off on your head? This is one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm still just an apprentice, you understand. I can tell. I'm willing to find the perfect fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door. The perfect fit it is it? Well, it is a very distinctive design, so it is. Many customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch. Customers, such as thrice-fired Mason. No. There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence before, my lord.
Oh, this you mean? That hat.
I can't help thinking that the poor fella's hat looks, distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say? No. Oh, that's one of my hats. Aye, it is. So it seemed the brickmaker was a customer of yours. Oh. That sort of customer, I'd wager you could have had a wee quarrel over the distinctiveness of the goods. Oh, no, sir. Absolutely not, sir. Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellas here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see. I rest my case.
You little weasel! Oh.
He's better at this than I am.
Gosh, Mr. McGilded has certainly been thorough in his research, hasn't he?
Please don't let me little interruption hold up the proceedings. What the hell? Did you just get a thing?
Yeah, hat hunter. Okay.
I want to know what that is, but I don't want to interrupt anything yet. So that was interesting. Okay. So on top of what we just learned there, it's still going to continue the testimony, but let's keep going here. This fourth statement actually saying that the Skylight was shut the entire time we couldn't have possibly opened it. Let's press on that.
Hold it!
Are you quite certain about that? That the Skylight was shut the entire time?
I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute.
You better find it. He's gonna lose his rag with you in a minute. That's what he said.
Take a look for yourself. Go on. Look at it.
Look at it.
Look at it.
I want you all to look at it.
I miss old SpongeBob.
So do I. Although I have not watched SpongeBob in probably 10 years, but or even longer at this point. So, is it? I mean, I know they have a couple spin-offs, right? Like on Paramount, whatever. But
Patrick's got his own show.
is it any good?
I have not seen it yet.
I haven't heard anyone say anything about it. The only thing, honestly, the only thing I know about it is that Alejandro Saab did a voiceover for the commercial of it.
Oh.
That's literally the only thing I know about it. Like, that's such a random thing too. But, yeah, I guess Nickelodeon's getting their money one way or another, right?
I guess so.
Crap, where the hell were we? I think it's fair play.
Okay, whoops. You see, it's fast shut now, just like it was on that night.
Yeah, so it is. Of course, a fellow the size of Mr. Mason could unlikely break right through it, still and all.
But it's not broken.
Right.
What?
Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand?
Now hold there a minute, sir. The size of the thing means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we?
Let's stop biting our cane, shall we? I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke...
Did you say he farted?
Oh, what's great? He says, loudly.
He is not ashamed.
Well, I passed the gas.
It's like, I let one go. Very loudly. I shot myself. Has that ever happened? Like, just like you fart, like, oh God, where did that come from? I mean,
It's like you know when you go to the bathroom and you're peeing and then like all of a sudden like there's the firecracker fart comes out. You're like,
well,
sorry, that's
no.
TMI. Let me shut up.
No, I mean, first off, now I have a very funny image in my head, but even I'm thinking about myself too. I mean, I guess like, now, okay, I'm trying to divulge too much information here, but I get up, I'm groggy as hell. I gotta, let one go. I mean, pee, I should say, and more than likely, there's something about the, come out the other end too. Noise, not. I'm gonna shut up too.
It just happened. Everybody does it. Everybody poops.
I don't. Yeah. The thing is, and if you guys are like saying, "Oh, that's disgusting," guys, you're a damn dirty liar, and Jesus doesn't like liars. Okay. Oh my God. I shocked
We're here
myself with
having
it as
fun.
it happens.
This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First.
Oh, I just mean to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the Skylight, you see. But just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Oh my God, I don't remember this part at all.
I don't either.
Everyone was looking daggers at me. So I went to thread his brush. Oh my God, I can't take this seriously.
That's adorable.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, that's me. Are you expecting me to sentence you?
Oh no, sir. The point is, the Skylight can't be opened. I tried and I tried when I was inside a cabin of shame. Now wait a minute.
Oh.
Gina has something to say about that, though.
Uh-oh. I skipped through it. No!
Oh no! I think to get back to it, I guess you just have to skip through it all and re-press testimony 4 and get back to where we were.
Oh no, okay, hold on.
Yep.
One
Oh
moment.
man.
Fast forward.
Oh, that was a great laugh. I literally can't remember the last, why. I don't remember that last time at all.
Me neither. Okay, hold on. It was the 4th statement, right?
The 4th statement, yep. I think it's first, talking about the Skylight.
There we go. Picture. Oh, it's fast shut now. Oh, they had to fart.
Oh. Sorry, now I'm looking at jokes and memes that my brother and sisters are sending us, or sending me. It's... my God.
Are you expecting me to... Okay, there it is. Okay, there she is. Got it.
Okay. Pursue. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Do you have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade!
It opens.
Huh?
The skylight. That's what we're talking about, right? All them skylights open dead easy.
Wait, more easily that you can load that weapon? Oh, that's a lie, I tell you! Otherwise, when I broke wind, I...
You can't do it from the inside, you mug.
Oh!
Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck on one of them drags. And I had a great haul. I had bursts coming out of me ears.
Mr. Strahd, this is not the form to be eulogy.
I'm not gonna attempt this.
Eulogizing?
I want to say oh, damn it! Now I can't say it.
Eulogizing?
Like a eulogy.
eulogy.
It's like
Yeah.
eulogizing.
Eulogizing this on the subject of your criminal activities.
Ugh. Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't pop off the bus and get it and leg it. So what I did was I used the skylight, opened the hatch and jumped right on through.
What?
Yeah, the catch of them skylights is from the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin.
The skylight opens from the roof deck?
Bailiff! Climb onto the roof of the omnibus at once and verify this witness's claims.
I guess I just find it weird that no one else would have known this beforehand, you know?
Yeah.
Unless it's like a new thing. Oh. Oh.
Ah!
Oh, my hat!
See?
Order, order, order. So it appears that the street girl's statement is quite true.
I don't believe it. The skylight opens. And from the roof deck.
Narahoro-san. This could be the clue we've been looking for.
Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. So, the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate it for myself. And yeah, actually, why not do that right now? I think because now we can actually, what the hell was I gonna say? Because they showed us they can open, I think now is a good time to actually investigate it. So, to do so, I guess we had to go into present option first. And then...
Yes. Okay.
If we go to the omnibus, let's go ahead and examine it.
Please don't present, please. Okay.
Now, let's see. Can I go from the top here, or do I have to go from the bottom?
You can click on the skylight.
Okay. Let's see.
Because it zooms in on it.
Okay. So Skylight was fastened shut before.
But now the catch has been undone, we should be able to open it.
Okay, now it's opened.
Click it again.
Hello? What is that?
Ooh.
It's really hard to get a good angle here. You know what? Can I go inside?
I think so? Yeah, just click on the door.
And Sasato says something, right?
Oh. Well, let's open the door and go inside, shall we?
Ugh, the scene of a murder. It's horrible.
The hell?
Yeah, that's
Why is it...
tomato paste.
Can't...
I guess let's examine it.
Okay.
It's
Oh, is that
Sasato.
you?
Wait, which bloodstain did you look at?
The one on top.
Oh, I looked at the one on the bottom.
Oops.
Okay. I'll wait for you to do that one.
Actually,
Or should... Oh, hold on. Wait.
yeah, because I think because the one I did, I think is what we need to do. So
Oh, whoops. Okay, here we go.
you got it.
That... No, it's still... What did you click on?
If you look on top, like of the skylight, you look on
Oh.
the back of it, you'll see something that looks very familiar.
There it is. Okay, sorry.
No, you're
I
good.
was clicking the wrong thing.
Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Wide enough to kick someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Narahodo.
Why someone like me?
Ah!
What is it?
Look! Just here! Look at this!
That's without question.
It's blood!
Why would there be a blood stain there?
Surely, it can't be unrelated to the case, can it?
And now, descriptions change. They say that there's a blood stain visible on the frame of the skylight when it's open. So it's very important that we need to do this to update this information. And now, we can actually go ahead and go back to the testimony. And if we go back to the... No, wait. This statement actually right here, the very last statement, he's like, if the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? Well, considering that there's blood on the frame of the skylight, I consider that very much proof.
Objection.
On the night in question, when the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach, and immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts. And the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom.
What? That's utter humbug. Oh, you can't possibly have any evidence.
No, you can't! I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you. It's impossible. Irrefutable proof. Here, in this courtroom.
Counsel,
My lord,
I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here. Where exactly within the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude? You will point out what it is that proves the victim fell from the roof deck through the skylight.
I mean, well, we already shut it off before, but we'll do it again. Just look up to the skylight and you'll see the blood on the frame of the skylight.
Got it.
By Jupiter, is that blood? Sorry, I keep forgetting this.
No, that's great. This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open.
What?
And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my! And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime.
No.
No!
Order.
What was that? Oh,
Oh, God.
that was actually
But-
voiced.
Oh, I was wondering what that noise was. But the blood could have sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin.
It only found its way into that one particular spot on the skylight. Sure, and that would be very convenient. And let's keep in mind that the Skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now would I? But, there's no way to be certain, is there? If the jet really fell through the Skylight, I mean. Why did you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? 'Tis all too plain, if you see. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fella dropped from a fair height right there, so it is.
What? No!
But it can't be! It's all...
Lies!
Well, my fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we?
I believe we can. Yes, sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom.
So, they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they? I won't tolerate any of the guild's carriages being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it.
Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us a delightful park couldn't have done such a thing.
On three then, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Objection!
Damn it. Chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh, what would you be referring to now there, Lord Van Zeeks? A bloodstain on the frame of the Skylight. Such evidence is null and void. What? Why? For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed.
Objection!
Yeah, he's got a point.
Wait, what are you talking about? It's there for all to see. It's clearly blood.
Objection!
I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage of a fine-tooth comb. So I can state with absolute certainty, no such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least, not until this trial began. But
Are you suggesting, Lord Van Zeeks, that this stain of blood was...
fabricated, my lord? Yes. And while this court has been in session... What? What a palaver! I must say I didn't expect such crude reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zeeks. But I'm Magnus McGilded, a fella known all over the capital for the fine contributions to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGilded, I realize that this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you're adept to facts. Adapt to facts? What does that even mean? When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilded's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I toast your ability to concourt the most convenient of stories, sir. Tut, Lord Van Zeeks. This will not do, to be sure. Will it now, counsel? Oh, no. I take it fair to say This does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood of the Skylight doesn't exist, you say? But, if yous will all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus there has been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone possibly have put a smear of blood in it without the world and his wife seeing? Because apparently the world's married. Isn't that right now, Counsel? It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time the court has been in session. My learned friend. Huh? Here's to hear your opinion on this matter. In your own words. As you wish. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? If you're asking me, I think it's time to call an episode.
Oh my god, really? Oh, we're so close.
We are very close, but I cannot determine how long it's gonna go for. Now, I mean, it could be a very long episode. Do you want to do that, or should we split it up into two?
I don't know. I wish I knew how long it was.
Because you know how Ace Attorney can go. Even though there might be a few things left, it can drag. You know.
That's true. We'll just end it. It's fine.
Well, I'm going back and forth on it.
It's your call, bruh.
Well, I don't put up these videos often because, we have to wait until we record everything. Alright, long episode. Here we go.
Woohoo!
So, out of these two options, is there any time in this trial that somebody could have done something to the omnibus? Now, I'm not sure about you guys, but there was one very interesting piece of time during this trial that somebody could have done something. So, it could have been possible. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best as I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. There is no evidence to suggest the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility.
Good gracious. Explain yourself, Counsel.
Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit.
Deceit?
I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take. As a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. What's going on? Oh no, it's Snook.
Smoke. Flashback smoke.
Emergency. Oh.
Emergency.
The courtroom was filled with smoke and everyone was thrown into confusion. It was very effective. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus.
Holy shit.
Are you wise?
Uh-oh. That's actually pretty good. I like that. That was pretty cool.
See, I gotta give myself some credit when it comes to some readings.
Dude, you have good read choices, and I like it.
We'll see what happens. What are you trying to pull, you rotten, feckless gouger? The hell did you just call me?
Right?
Do I need to get my lawyer involved? Feckless gouger? You're supposed to be defending me! 'Tis a wicked plot 'Tis a plot to undermine me, sweeties.
Objection!
Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of a smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus.
Inconsistencies, such as...
To start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning.
Unfortunately, Lord Zeeks, no one is able to corroborate your claims.
That's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut.
Accordingly, I'm afraid to say, we cannot establish this with any certainty. If this evidence is the result of tampering or not.
Indeed, my lord. No doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things.
What do you think?
Sorry?
About the omnibus. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus?
Well, I think there is something else. Yeah, I think I have an inkling. My lord.
Yes, counsel?
There is one further inconsistency. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial.
What?
What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare to betray me, you little maggot, you better start watching your back. Don't object to me, you motherfucker. I'm talking. Silence be gilded. The court awaits the defendant's clarification. This trial keeps swinging one way and the other. I have no idea what's... I'm sorry. I have no idea what's truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here?
I shall have to ask you to collaborate. Excuse me. I'll have to ask you to elaborate, counsel. Where exactly is this alleged mark that you claim appeared at some point during the trial?
Well, we talked about the bloodstain on the frame of the skylight. We talked about the storage compartment. At the same time, we see the blood on the chair itself. But what about the blood that's on the floor?
It's very bright.
And maybe I give credit to like shows like I love watching those criminal shows like Criminal Minds and Without a Trace
CSI.
and NYPD Blue. Like I love those shows. And you know, blood it darkens. It stains after a while. This looks like somebody spilt tomato puree on the floor. So let's present the blood on the floor.
Got it!
If we consider the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin, you would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I can recall, this bloodstain on a cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom.
Oh my goodness, I'm too old for this. Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel.
Well said. Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue. I believe that blood stain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether the evidence is genuine, or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. Now see, if first let out a fart right now, that would have been perfect.
Uh-oh.
I'm not gonna scream. Okay.
Ah.
This trial is over. Mr. McGildy? I've done everything I possibly can cooperate with the court, but it's all over now. But you're the defendant. 'Tis over, I tell ya. Memory, recollection, what people think they saw, it's just all a nonsense. Facts are what counts. And the fact is that bloodstain is there now. Well, and over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, that good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. Damn my voice. Ahem. Duh. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Zeeks. Well, my lord?
I must concur with the defendant. The unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence. And in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue.
Your lordship can't be serious.
Lord Van Zykes, what is your position?
The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present.
God dang it. Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed with my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first.
What formality?
As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilded will be found not guilty.
Yes.
Which would mean we've won.
Is that really the right outcome here? Is that really all right for the trial to come to an end now? With all these unexplained inconsistencies?
Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please.
Yes, my lord. The defense believes... And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I think you all know at this point, we can't do anything. And frankly, it doesn't matter what you pick here. It's done. Now, we have an obligation as a defense lawyer to seek out the truth, however hard it may be, even if it means that our own clients themselves is very dubious. And we've seen this already in Justice for All, and not to, spoil anything, but still. Probably the only great case in that game, but still.
Yeah.
Freaking turnabout Big Top. I will never let that stupid case go, alright? The stupid cape and the bust.
You good?
I guess.
Oh my god.
So, it doesn't matter. We were tasked to find this man not guilty. So, what are you leaning towards saying here?
I'm saying guilty because it's clear as day he's not innocent.
It's just hard to prove. It's hard to prove either or, really. But I'll go with my moral standings here, and I'll say the defendant could be guilty.
Yes.
I am here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGilded. However, at this moment in time, I cannot in all good conscience attest fully to the defendant's innocence.
What are you saying, man?
Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove the defendant is guilty. However, there's also no conclusive evidence to prove that he's innocent.
Good gracious me! Order! This is unprecedented behavior, counsel. A defense lawyer calling the accused innocence into question? Are you of sound mind?
It was a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer. So it was a grand decision. What? I must say, I didn't expect quite such an exciting spectacle at the end there, but still. Here, have this for your troubles. Oh, look at 3D. Oh, your job here is done, fella. And some fine work you have done, so you have. What do you mean? 'Tis just as the right honorable gentleman so succinctly put it before. The child can't go on anymore. And your closing statement there was, how do I put it now, nothing more but a formality. Evil laughter insert here. I really don't know what to make of all this. Was the evidence we've seen genuine, or was it fake?
His lordship will be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of properly, as I said.
The stake and rich are always guilty of something. You mark my words.
I feel terribly ashamed that I ever doubted that lovely man who gave us the lovely park.
Now that proceedings have unfolded in this way, I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the courtroom must accept the defendant's plea.
I take you kindly, my lord.
I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court.
Objection!
But we still haven't determined if the blood stain in the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth.
Lord Van Zeeks,
My lord.
the case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain, and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place.
My sincerest apologies, my lord.
Objection!
But wait! When we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Van Zeeks ordered the evidence to be secured.
I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this matter.
That's so unfair!
The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment.
What? Well, Lord Van Seeks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. Do you mean to tell me this has been all but a grand waste of time? 'Tis the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law. Magnus McGilded. Good grief, you're more to say to me, have you? Just one thing. A warning.
Oh.
This is far from over. Something to be looking forward to, then.
I hereby pronounce the defendant Mr. Magnus McGilded.
Not guilty. Woohoo. I guess confetti.
And fireworks.
Whose dumbass is bringing fireworks inside a building? I gotta talk to this person.
We already got fire in here.
Yeah, that. I can't believe it.
It's an outrage. They should have. Oh, shoot.
Oh man, the beat's been cleared. He's innocent. Yeah, this is one of the times where you just feel disgusted with yourself from playing this game. And
This is not the game I wanted to play.
I wanted good feels, not bad. With the courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict, and my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty. Ostensibly a victory for us. And we're back in the good old antechamber.
That certainly was a long trial.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Your first ever trial on foreign soil and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations.
And to you, Mr. Sato. Thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened.
Well, we didn't have enough time.
But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that.
The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection.
Aye, that you did.
Oh, this punk dude guy.
Willy Wonka looking asshole. Mr. McGilded. Oh, and that girl's with him too. Well, it seems the stories are true. Oh? What stories? But the 6 enormous fireworks are to be letting off when there's a verdict of not guilty. I'm sure you must have seen them now, eh? Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yes, definitely. I've heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. And I've got you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. What on earth are you saying, fella? How did I walk out of there a free man, then? I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a slate-talking fella, aren't you? I must say, you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're wrong in headstrong. It is water under the bridge.
Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared.
But nothing's resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? Aye. They've all seen that I didn't do that odious and obstinate deed. 'Tis grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellas of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any wee details. They'll see it for what it is. They'll get to the truth. The hell was that?
Is that you?
It was, but I don't know what... Is that my work email? How am I about to look at it? It's 7 o'clock. I'm not gonna do crap. I'll have to, I don't know. I don't know what the hell that sound was. I'll check it after this recording.
Okay.
I've absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. Okay. It's not that funny. So then, as we agree aforehand, 1,000 guineas for their troubles, fella. Oh, no. I can't possibly accept that much. Be West. We are humble people, are you, from the East? Well, if you insist. But have this still and all. You deserve a reward.
Mr. Magnus McGilded! Everything is ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom.
Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? This sooner than I was led to believe?
I hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule.
Well, I must be making tracks now. It's time for the inspection. Sorry? What inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself.
They're going to examine it again? Now?
Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing my best to help where I can. 'Tis a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, very well. 'Twas an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I hope you have a whale of a time when you're studying here in Great Britain. And there he goes. There he goes again.
Yeah.
A free man. Oh, I forgot she was here too. Oh, crap.
Don't move.
Whereas I wanted to say, get a move on, she really does take forever to load that thing. Miss Lestrade, would you mind putting that thing down?
You're a grown-up.
Sorry?
And I ain't all grown-ups.
Okay.
Ah! There you are. Oh, baby! My favorite! Oh!
Oh no, the circus music, I forgot!
Oh, yeah.
Naughty, naughty running off like that.
Is this kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now?
And taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ha!
Whoa!
Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me.
This is turning very anime very quick.
It is.
Excuse me, but who are you?
Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine.
The inventor?
Well, Normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, white, and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty color, I thought to myself.
Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though? Like, at all?
I just took my eyes off it for a moment whilst I was changing onto a different omnibus and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon.
What's it? What? I have no idea what this girl is talking about.
Anyway, you're coming with me now. Back to my laboratory.
What? What for?
To apologize, of course, silly. To my technician.
What? You mean say sorry?
You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before.
An adult? Ugh. I don't listen to adults.
Come along then. Follow me.
Ugh. Fine. Have it your way.
Oh, good. You see, I knew you want to do the right thing in the end.
I'm fairly sure that what she wants is not to get shot by the massive gun of yours.
We'll be leaving now then. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss.
Oh my god.
It's a little anime girl from that new show. What's it called again?
Oh, Spy Family?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, she looks like Anya. I know. I love her so much.
Wait, is the show on now, or is it still going to get on?
It's gonna premiere next year. I think in January. I'll have to check.
It sucks. I used to be really on top of like new seasons of anime and what shows are coming out, and I've been really bad at that lately. The only things I know that are coming out is that one and Chainsaw Man.
Oh, dude, Chainsaw Man's gonna be legit.
I don't even know what the hell it's about. It's like dude with a chainsaw for a head and two hands, but it's like that's all you gotta tell me. I'm like, yeah, I'll watch that shit. I mean, I was watching a trailer a bunch of times with like the music, and it was like, whoa, that sounds awesome. And then I keep hearing more and more things about Uzumaki, or crap, is that it? The one from Junji Ito. Like,
oh,
was it Uzumaki? The Spiral.
I think it was Spiral, something like that.
Yeah, and like, now I've read the actual manga and I loved it. And I just pray to God that the actual adaptation is going to be just as good. But I'm worried at the same time, but I'm getting off on a tangent. She was a lively one.
Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now too?
Yeah, you're right. But where to?
Oh,
We haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner than when we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All our traveling cases are still with the bailiff.
I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings.
But at this late of hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck.
Don't worry though, I have a plan. If the worst comes to the worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night.
Oh, please tell me you're not thinking of McGilded Park.
Oh,
I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through.
I'm not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one.
Well,
Oh no, don't cry.
oh,
that doesn't sound agreeable.
Oh, now I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGilded down. That 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room. Or a mansion.
Well,
And so, the trial to determine my worthiness of the student tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead. Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned, the case was far from over.
What's going on?
Get the fire brigade! Water! Bring water, quick! What the? How did this happen?
I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed.
No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating. No. Oh, good God. There's someone in there.
This can't be.
Well,
Oh, shoot.
the realm of the Reaper. Well,
Well, somebody did.
somebody really did. What I'm wondering is, and I understand it's fiery in there. You know, okay, I get
Did
that.
you say fiery in there?
Well, I'm not sure how to explain it. So, I mean, I'm not sure if they were able to open the door. Whoever was in there, they broke the windows, but was it too late? Who was in there? I don't know. That whole case, the whole adventure, it was something. Not very long. Well, how long did it maybe take us? Like 5.5 hours? I forgot.
Yeah, roughly.
So, like, yeah, 5 episodes to get through this case. And it was still very intriguing just because of the way it made us feel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh. So, and that's what I love about the Ace Attorney series. You know, of course, there's bound to be good cases, bad cases, whatever. But that one is just very intriguing. Frankly, this whole game is very intriguing.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that when we eventually get to the second game, it's going to be like, whoa, you know, we'll figure it out. But yeah, that's it for the adventure of the Runaway Room. Oh God, this one.
Oh yeah, this one. Woo!
This one, I
don't.
I hate saying it's not my favorite. It's probably my weakest of the 5. But that doesn't mean it's not good.
Yeah.
It's just that I actually know more about this one more than the others. My mind's still fresh about it, especially the revelations.
It's just like, oh,
And
you
like,
kidding?
I still get into like fun arguments with others about it because, frankly, I don't want to spoil anything too much, but it's just, ugh, you know, for you guys, for those who have watched the stream before. You know, you guys know what's coming up. It's just, oh my God. Okay. Anyway, but we'll start episode 4. Eventually, you know, like as I mentioned before to you guys before, I'm gonna upload these in batches. Once Danny and I are done recording a particular episode, so you guys don't have to wait too long for like one full case. So I'll upload the 5 episodes, obviously, of episode 3, and then however long it takes us to get through this episode, we'll do it, and then I'll upload it eventually, so on and so forth. But it's been fun. It definitely has, and we're more than halfway through the first game. So,
Woo!
that's that. So until then, as usual, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time for Let's Play The Great Ace Attorney Adventures.
Wow!
Love you all so much, and have a great day.
Bye-bye.